we need to see if we could use on her subs. So she has overtime, bonuses on top of her base pay, right? That's what she's showing on her pay stubs here. However, because she recently started working at this employment, we have to get the verification of her previous employer to verify if she also worked overtime and bonus so that we can use that income. Based on that verification that we got, I don't think this one, it showed that she got overtime, but this one didn't break it down the year to date.
And the question on the overtime, like for example, she only worked for a job for 6 months with overtime, and then the previous employer, she doesn't have overtime. Does that mean we cannot use the overtime because it's not for 2 years?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we need to verify whether her previous had overtime or not, because since she hasn't been working at this property for 2 years, or not this employer for 2 years, we can't use her overtime. That's why her income was only based off of her base income.
Okay.
Okay. So for her, this is the most recent.
Brenda, again, for that first field, you have to input all the income, including the rest, including the overtime and sick leave. Exactly.
On this one?
Yes.
For the year to date. So for the year to date, we're only adding on this one, we're adding regular pay, holiday, sick, pay time off, and that's it. So any breaks, any overtime, any double pay, those are going to be considered part of this section, overtime, bonus, or other income. So on this hourly one section right here for the year to date, we're only adding regular, holiday, sick, or vacation, which is also known as pay time off. So let's add that, 782. Give me a second. Sorry, Leslie.
It's okay.
Okay, we're gonna add holiday, and then again, this is gonna be, so this pay period ended July 5th. So we're gonna do 5, divide that by 31. So we're gonna put this, sorry, this here, we're gonna put 6.16.
Brenda, question, how did you get the 6.16?
So on our pay stub, her pay period ending July 5th, right?
Okay.
So it's 5, and we're gonna divide it by the days in July. July, we have 31 days. This divided by 31, and I get this ratio, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But because it's July, we've received January, February, March, April, May, June. So that's our 6 months. The 0.16 is going to be this ratio that we just calculated.
Like the 5 days. Okay, got it.
So our W-2 shows this. So we're going to use, and then we're going to look at her start date. Her start date was May of 2023. So that means she didn't work the full 12 months here. So it was from May, so June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So that means it's 7 months.
So I just talked to your title team and they cleared the last condition. As you know, the COA is like 2 days from today. So is there any way that you can?
So this thing says if our lowest income would be the year-to-date average, or we can do the year-to-date plus 1 W-2 average. So her income was actually a lot lower, only because because she recently started working here last year and her hours are varying, we can't use her full hours. We have to average this out for 2 years. So then based off of her W-2 from last year, if we added this, that doesn't, let's see. So this is a calculation that Gia used. Oh, so see, she's actually using a few more. So I calculated this at 33.75. She calculated at 35 hours. So that's why it varies. So on here, she also included the overtime and commission that she was showing on her pay stub, but we didn't use these incomes because she has not been receiving this for the past 2 years. Does that make sense?
Can you say that again?
So we're not using this overtime or commission, what should be her bonus. So it's this overtime and bonus here because she has not been receiving this for 2 years. That's why we only have her base income here. If we use Maribel's, for her, we have base and overtime. So
yes, I believe the Bauer is in Arizona, and the co-Bauer will sign on behalf of the main Bauer. He's currently out of country, so let me know once you schedule it.
So let's pull her income.
Should be.
So she's getting paid weekly, right? So let me go ahead and close all these here.
Yeah, you can just send it to me, or yeah, you can just send me the balance CD, so I can, but just balance with the CD that we have in our bonus. And FYI, the third fee is QC paid by it's already paid by Bauer, so she don't collect it.
So her hours, her rate shows 16.9. This is this most recent one. Her most recent stub is 18 hours, or $18 per hour. And then she did calculate it at 40 hours per week. Seems like she was working 40 hours most of the time. This most recent one was short, but if you add the 8 hours for holiday pay, it will almost add up to her full 40 hours. So on here, see how this one has these 2 different bonuses. There's another overtime here. So on here, we're going to add this year to date. We're going to include all her holiday, regular, sick pay, vacation, and we're going to go based off of the year to date here. So the safety one, we're not going to add safety. So for her, we don't have year-end pay stubs, but we do have a verification. Oh, sorry, wrong verification. Okay, so because she received income for the previous 2 years for overtime and bonus, we were able to use her overtime. Her bonus income, let me see. So the reason why we didn't use the bonus here, even though she got it for 2 years, was because in 2022, she received more than she did last year, 2023. Because it's decreasing, we can't use this bonus income. However, her overtime, it went from 18,000 to 21,000. So because it increased, we were able to use this overtime. And then again, to calculate the overtime, you would just add all these, and then you would divide it by the 12 for this year, 12 for this year, plus whatever months for this year. So this shows March 23. So 23, divide that by, how many days does March have? By 30. So it's going to be 2.77. So we're going to add it. We're going to divide that by 2677. Sounds about right. This is less only because the year-to-date overtime from her recent pay stub is probably showing a little bit more or less. So I'm just calculating this 1673 strictly based off of this verification that was dated back in April. This income here was adjusted with the updated pay stubs that we received when this file got submitted. Okay. I saw an email earlier from Peter that to calculate income. Have you had a chance to look at that income?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
finished renaming the documents.
Okay.
We started.
If you have any questions, let me know. I haven't looked at the documents either, but again, try to use this calculator. It should be easier. But if it's better for you to do it manually, you can do it too. Okay.
I'll work on it. I'll let you know. Good
Okay.
luck.
Good luck.
Okay, thank you, Brenda.
You're welcome.
Bye.